My name is Dr Monty Soutar. I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand. I'm Māori. I received an invitation to this to the First Nations Festival through a friend of a friend to the organiser. So it's a small world. Somebody knew somebody who knew me. Lots of people have great stories, but they never write them down, and they always want to, but they just don't know how to get started. And my advice would be to start writing. Even if you just write a little bit every day, at least you're forming the basis of what might become a story. And I think what people don't realise, we've all got good stories, personal stories, family stories, and I think it's important for those stories to be recorded in case they're lost. You know, I come from a strong oral tradition. In Māori society, we passed our stories on from generation to generation by word of mouth. But with the way things have changed these days, it's important because people have moved everywhere, they've moved overseas. The best way to ensure that those stories are passed on now is through writing them down. And sometimes when you're young, you're not interested, but as you get older, you want to know those stories. And I think if they're documented somewhere where somebody can find it, in a library, through a book, that's the best way of keeping history alive and culture alive. Well, it hinders in some ways. If you look at phones, it's almost like you've got to capture your audience, you've got to grab them. Whereas a book is a longer thing, and in the same way you've got to grab them, but you've got to hold them. A book holds you for a long time. Snapchat or TikTok or something like that, it's quick. So I think it hinders in that way, but I also think that if you write a really good story and you can take gems out of it, you can use those through phones and through computers and things like that. I think it's valuable in disseminating it to a much larger audience at a much more cheaply, and get your story out internationally. Probably easier than we could before computers came along and the internet came along. I hadn't heard of it until I received an invitation, and I'm really pleased to have come. I can see this is in what I've seen this year, this is going to grow, and I think that there's so much potential. To Anna Borsi, who organised this, I can't thank her enough, because she's giving voice to Indigenous writers, many of whom would not have got that opportunity. And the fact that she started a publishing company, I think it's great, because those stories are going to be made much more accessible. Not only that, I've coming here and holding it in Townsville this year has been great, because it's my winter, and I know it's supposed to be winter over here, but this is like summer.